Here's my preview of the Baylor at Marquette men's basketball game. And granted, I know Marquette may not be a top 25 team or receiving votes team, but they're a quality team that could make the NCAA tournament. And Shaka Smart's their head coach now for the last 2 years. This is his second year. So you got to keep that in mind as well. So in terms of players to keep an eye on, I'm going to break that down right for you. In terms of quality players and not players on like 2.1 points per game or below. And I'll put that in the description below, and I'm going to break this down like I do on the dance floor. Obviously, Cam Jones is the leading scorer. Number 1, 6'4", 195-pound guard. That's a sophomore. 13.3 points per game, 17 for 57 on threes, 8 for 10 on free throws, 3.7 rebounds per game, 1.3 steals per game, 2.1 assists per game, 1.3 turnovers per game, 1.7 fouls per game. Oliver Maxence Prosper, number 12, 6'8", 230-pound forward. That's a sophomore. 12.7 points per game, 5 for 16 on threes, 26 for 39 on free throws, 5.4 rebounds per game, 1.9 turnovers per game, 1.4 steals per game, 3.1 fouls per game. Also, Igor Hodaro, Ighodaro. I apologize if I butchered that last name. Number 13, 6'9", 215-pound forward. That's a sophomore. 10.7 points per game, 7 for 17 on free throws, 6 rebounds per game, 3.4 assists per game, 1 turnover per game, 1.1 steals per game, 2 blocks per game, 2.9 fouls per game. David Joplin, number 23, 6'7", 220-pound forward. That's a sophomore. 10.7 points per game, 16 for 38 on threes, 13 for 14 on free throws, 4.1 rebounds per game, 2.1 turnovers per game, 0.6 steals per game, 1.7 fouls per game. Tyler Kolek, number 11, 6'3", 109-pound guard. That's a sophomore. 9.1 points per game, 9 for 21 on threes, 13 for 16 on free throws, 4.7 rebounds per game, 7.9 assists per game, 2.6 turnovers per game, 1.7 fouls per game. Stevie Mitchell, number 4, 6'2", 195-pound guard. That's a sophomore. 7.7 points per game, 7 for 20 on threes, 9 for 14 on free throws, 3.1 rebounds per game, 1 turnover per game, 1.4 steals per game, 2 fouls per game. Sean Jones, number 22, 5'10", 175-pound guard. That's a freshman. 6.1 points per game, 30 for 13 on threes, 10 for 17 on free throws, 1 turnover per game, 0.7 steals per game, 1.1 fouls per game. Chase Ross, number 5, 6'4", 195-pound guard. That's a freshman. 5.6 points per game, 4 for 15 on threes, 7 for 9 on free throws, 2.3 rebounds per game, 1.1 steals per game, 2.4 fouls per game. Ben Gold, number 21, 6'11", 220-pound forward. That's a freshman. 2.6 points per game, 2 for 14 on threes, 2 for 3 on free throws, 0.6 steals per game, 0.6 blocks per game, 0.6 turnovers per game, 1.3 fouls per game. Everybody else is 2 points per game or less. I'm going to leave that in the description below, like I said. Overall, of course, you know how the ref's going to call these games because they're inconsistent, but you got to make adjustments on the fly, of course, on both ends of the floor. I mean, not just in terms of the refs, but in terms of what you see in the game as well. Now, defensively, you got to limit those shooters. You got to don't allow as many second chance points, transition points, points off turnovers, points in paint as much as you can. I mean, obviously they're very balanced offensively, I know. But you got to have your front court step up in terms of rebounds, and not just the front court, but your guards as well. And you got to play good three-point shooting defense in this game, if you can, as much as you can. And don't allow clean looks. Make them uncomfortable. Force turnovers. I mean, make them so uncomfortable that they fade away on a jump shot or something that's highly, highly not likely they're going to make, and get a hand in their face. And please do not foul and bail them out when they're going to take a bad shot anyway and they just got lucked out because of foul. So, now, offensively, you got to get some transition points, second chance points. Of course, it's all about shot selection too. You don't want to just take a bad shot just to take a bad shot. You got to execute, your plays. Of course, you got to limit your fouling in general. Get some rebounds in the game. I mean, you gotta, of course, like I said, make adjustments on the fly. Get some points off, turnovers off of them. If you and get some transition buckets, especially when it's a breakaway for like off of a turnover, you get the ball. You gotta have your front court step up like Jalen Bridges, Flo Thamba, Caleb Lohner, Josh Ujuguna. I'm not meant Zach Loveday as well, but I don't expect Zach Loveday to play a lot of minutes in this game here. And you gotta have your guards step up as well, because it would help create some pressure on their defense to think about, look, do we want to give up a three, close out on them, but then you could drive past them. I mean, it's the truth. And you gotta stay calm in this first road environment as much as you can, and at least you play 2 neutral site games, which will help you against quality opponents. So that's important to know. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later. It's going to be 400 subscribers or more by the end of this year or sometime in the future.